Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Uncle Mad here, live from inside my Jeep, on my way to Nissan Stadium for a huge AFC South showdown between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. Should be a very, very interesting game. I expect it to be close. I expect it to be a tight battle for first place in the AFC South. A lot different feeling than when we faced the Colts a few weeks ago. They were spiraling. It seems like their season was on the ropes. Frank Reich was on the hot seat. They came together, got a couple wins. Looked like they really started to put it together last week against the Jags. Coming into town with a lot more confidence. Jonathan Taylor, who's been out the last few games, will be back. But the Titans are coming off a bye. They've healed up a little bit. Bud Dupree, Armani Hooker should be in the lineup today. Vrabel is unstoppable off of byes, but I don't know that can continue. This game's got bad vibes to me. I did a live stream this morning, kind of giving a full preview, so feel free to check that out. Boy, at this point in time, it'll be pointless, but you can go back and see how wrong I was about the game, I guess. But on our way to Nissan Stadium, and speaking of Nissan Stadium, before we get there, before we jump into the action of the game, maybe the biggest news that came out about the Titans in a while came out this week. Mayor Cooper, I'm not a huge fan of him, and the team have reached an agreement to finalize the financing plan and development plan for the new Titan Stadium proposed to open in 2026. Now, that's not the end of the road. The Metro Sports Council has to approve everything. The City Council has to approve everything. From those of us who were there every step of the way for the Nashville SC Geodis Park saga, we know that may not be as easy as we would like, but it's an exciting time to be a Titans fan, to get that kind of news that it's on the verge of being a real thing. I'm not a tax expert. I can't really speak to the ins and outs of how it impacts the taxpayers in Metro Nashville and maybe even the state of Tennessee. We've seen the breakdowns of who's contributing what to the construction of the stadium. The most interesting part to me is the NFL is making a huge contribution to the development of the stadium, and that's a big sign to me that they want a newer, state-of-the-art Super Bowl caliber facility here in Nashville after the draft, and we must have become a place that they're interested in and want to put more stuff at, like the Super Bowl, like maybe future Pro Bowls even. But it seems like, just reading that, a lot of people obviously are going to instantly react that they don't want to have this affect their taxes and stuff like that. But it looks like the public contributions to the stadium financing are going to be coming from mostly hotel taxes in Nashville, which means that's going to be tourists. All these bachelorette parties that have been coming in and wrecking the city for years are finally going to pull their worth. They're going to help us build a stadium for the Titans. That might not be right completely. Like I said, I don't fully understand the taxes. I know a lot of people said a full breakdown needs to be released before people can really see what the impact on the public financially will be, but it doesn't feel too dissimilar to the deal Nashville SC got. And the big thing about that was, once again, it was not going to be largely financed by public money other than taxes on ticket costs, taxes on stuff at the stadium. It was going to be coming from people who were using the stadium. It wasn't going to tax Joe Bob Johnson, who lives on Tate's Lane and was never ever going to go to a Nashville SC game. It seems like the initial announcement of the structure of the Titans financing is similar, so I'm not that concerned about like a huge tax hike or something like that. I probably should be. I mean, the government's probably always going to hike taxes any chance they can get, so who knows. But it seems pretty good on paper. I'm pretty optimistic about it. And just being somebody who fought so hard, and was a part of all the council meetings and stuff to get Nashville SC a stadium, I feel like it'd be kind of hypocritical to be against the Titans getting a similar deal. The other big question about the stadium is, why do we need a new stadium? The Nissan Stadium's not even 30 years old at this point. Why can't it just be renovated? Why can't it be up to speed? And the answer is twofold. Nissan Stadium is not capable of hosting these major events that they want to get into the city. The Super Bowl, the Final Fours, college football playoffs, WrestleMania, SummerSlam. We had SummerSlam, but, even Royal Rumbles, the winter kind of wrestling shows that need a big venue that's indoors and safe from the weather. Nissan Stadium's just not, with no roof, no enclosure. It's not a place they're going to bring events that could be impacted by weather. So bringing a domed stadium in opens us to get all those, which brings in more money from tourism, which with the hotel taxes helps pay off the stadium quicker. It's good for the local economy, and it's good for Titans fans. I feel like if you go to Nissan Stadium, if you go there, you can't tell me it's a good stadium. I've spent a lot of time there over the last, well, since it's existed, but with Nashville SC playing 2 seasons there, I feel like I've been there at least twice a week for the last 3 years. And it hit me more and more, and especially after spending a full season at Geodis Park, Nissan Stadium's just not a great stadium anymore. And I feel like we kind of got caught in this limbo between the old school stadiums and this kind of new wave of stadiums that got built. Like, you look at who's had stadiums built since then. Like, we were kind of right before everybody started switching to the modern retractable roof or non-dome with a roof type stadiums. You know, like shortly after us is when Houston got their beautiful state-of-the-art stadium, and then Indy got theirs a couple years later. So we got the team at a point in time where the NFL hadn't quite kicked up to be in such a large, insane moneymaker that it is now. So it feels like teams were still kind of not investing that much in the stadium. And we've kind of seen now that NFL's gotten so big, the TV money is so big, people are debating if they should go to games or not because it's so easy to watch the red zone and stuff like that at home. NFL is catching up to what baseball has started to do, what we know soccer is doing, what we know sports across the board are starting to do, and making the stadium the venue where you go to watch the games, not just be some random spot that just has some seats and a field or a court or whatever. It's got to be a full experience to go there. And Nissan Stadium's not equipped to do that. It's an old block concrete slab with some plastic seats, a couple of concession stands. It's, you know, a traditional stadium, and it was built right when that was kind of about to go out of style, and teams were starting to figure out they needed to do something more to make their stadium be a place the fans would want to go. I'm excited about it. You know, I hope all the things go smoothly with these last few steps to get it approved. You know, I know there'll be some back and forth, especially because anytime that much money is involved in something, there's going to be issues that'll be brought forward. But I think it's really cool. I know there's been a lot of negativity about it being a permanent dome, not a retractable roof, about it being turf, not real grass. That stuff, you know, I'm not as like, oh, football's got to be played outdoors on grass as some people are, but I can understand where they come from because it does feel a little artificial. In MLS, you're seeing tons of injuries from the teams that play on turf, and NFL, you still see turf injuries all the time, you know, knees, ACLs, stuff like that. So it's not great for that, but I mean, you would hope. We've got 4 years, maybe the technology, maybe the development of turf can continue. Because, I mean, you have to admit, you know, field turf now compared to AstroTurf back in like the 80s and 90s is 100 times better. So hopefully it can continue to progress. Hopefully we can have something really super nice. My one concern is when you hear stuff like that, is that let's not get it wrong. If we're going to spend all this money, if we're going to build a stadium when we, you know, probably should still theoretically be able to use our current stadium, we got to get it 100% right, because we're not going to get another shot at this, you know, probably not in like people like my or other people's, you know, of my generation and older's lifetime. This is the last chance the Titans get to knock it out of the park and build a really cool, state-of-the-art, awesome facility for going to watch football games. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what happens, and I really just hope they get it right, because that's my one concern is you only got one shot at this time, you know. Get it right. Let's make it one of the coolest venues in the NFL. Let's make it a really awesome place to watch Titans games. Fingers crossed on that. But today and for the next few years, we are still going to be at Nissan Stadium. Titans, Colts. Let's get to the old girl. That's what I'm going to start calling Nissan Stadium now that it's officially on its way out. Well, semi-officially on its way out. The old girl for Titans versus Colts. All right, the inactives just came out, and Kyle Phillips is out. That was sort of in the water, the concern when we found out that Mason Kinsey was getting elevated to the active roster for today's game. I'd love for Kyle Phillips to play, because what we saw from him in week 1 was everything we hoped we'd see from him, but he hasn't been able to get back to that. You know, keeps getting injured. You know, he's got to get a break here to get fresh, but we're going to need him back at some point in time, because Mason Kinsey ain't that dude. So one potential kind of X factor in the game today that I didn't mention in my live stream, which, by the way, subscribe to the channel with the bell turned on for notifications so that when I do live streams, you get notified and you can jump in, join the chat, tell me how stupid I am about the things I'm talking about. One thing I failed to mention in that preview in that live stream was today is the Oilers / Titans homecoming. There's gonna be players from both generations there. That's why I'm rocking the Oilers hat, Titans jersey. But one of the key guys, one of the two 12th Titans sort of honor, whatever we call it, things, is going to be Delaney Walker, who returned to retire as a Titan this week. And if you know your Titans history, if you know what he meant to this organization, that he was kind of one of the key guys, the catalyst that re-sparked the team, brought the energy back to the team, made them believe they could win again, turned us around from being one of the worst franchises in the NFL into now year in, year out, contending for the AFC South, contending for top spots in the AFC. He was kind of the key guy that sparked that. His belief in winning, his energy, his motivation. He was one of the key guys that brought us back. If he can bring a little of that to the current team, get them a little sparked up, give that a little energy, pass that off to them, that could give us something today. We got CJ, we got Eddie George, we got Warren Moon. Let's go, Eddie, 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 Eddie. Woo! Let's go! We run it! Let's go, Delaney. Do it! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah! Woo! All right, burger of the week was ML Rose, and I love me some ML Rose, so couldn't pass it up. We got to go with this. It's the animal style burger. And apple cheese. All right, go burger. All right, so the ML Rose burger, better in the restaurant, but really good for a stadium burger. Would recommend. Also, it came with like fresh chips, so that's a nice touch. So the giveaway today was supposed to be a foam finger. Limited quantities, obviously. We got here, currently gone, but looking around, I don't see anybody with one. So I'm starting to think they're actually not doing giveaways anymore. They're just lying. We're calling this the Rodrigo Blankenship Memorial Kickoff.
Come on, baby.
Short.
Got room.
Find the lane. And we got a flag. Got it. Good start. Take that. Make some movement, get some yardage. This is the moment. Third down. Where is he? Right there. Mason Kinsey. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Here we go. He's there. Hit him. Good job, Mason. Mason was the decoy on that play. Red zone, let's cash in. Let's go. I want to see. Go with Cheek right there. On Cheek. Ah.
player down at Waterfront, Texas.
Oh, almost.
Do you think they blocked it?
Got Ben Jones down, which is definitely what we do not need right now. There we go, third down. There we go. Who we got? Who's the player? Pat Randy on for the field goal.
3-0 Titans early. We're going to need more points than that, especially if our second half woes continue. I've got bad news to report. Nissan Stadium now utilizes paper straws. The bane of my existence at Disney World. Matt Ryan is the best player on the Titans today. 2 picks. We got to get some points, though. We got to get points here. 10-0 ain't going to be enough. We don't score in the second half.
Tannehill down, grabbing at his knee. He jumped up and looked like he was going to try to walk it off, but then he went right back down. And he's had knee problems going back to Miami, so if he's got an issue, he would recognize it. Not great. Blue tents up for Tannehill. Third and long. Malik Willis here is about to start a lot sooner than we probably wanted it to. Malik time. Safe play, taking the field goal. Calling that drive a wash and hoping Tannehill's coming back on the next one.
Biggest fans there cheering him on. There it is, fourth quarter points. We scored in the fourth quarter. The streak is over.
Tannehill's out of the tent, back on the sideline, moving a little gingerly, but I mean, he's taking a seat on the bench. I'd say the fact that he's not heading to the locker room is a somewhat positive sign, but we'll see what happens.
Your shoes too before you go to work.
Tannehill's coming back in, it looks like. Yeah, nice. A couple warm-in throws. Testing out the leg.
Thank God. He's over there practicing the handball.
Testing it out to make sure he's good. All right, we officially got Tannehill back in. Need to run some clock and get some points here. He's just a few steps away from breaking one of these.
Malik Willis especially played jet sweep fumble. Everybody who's been crying that we need to run specialty packages for Malik Willis, there you go.
We got Big Jeff down now. We are trying to see if we can hurt every important player we possibly have left. Come on. Walking off gingerly, trying to jog it off. We need Big Jeff back. Let's go, Big Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Frank Reich. All-time bad challenge right here. Yep. Who's telling him what to do? He just rushed that. He knew he had to throw the flag in a hope and a prayer. Waste the timeout. Titans first down. 5 minutes left. Let's keep this drive going. Run some clock, get some points, protect the ball. Randy delivers again, 19-10. 2-possession game. Gotta get some defense here.
Offense coming on the field. I like the looks of this. Yes, sir. First down, Titans! Let's go! Woo!
Best play in football right there. Let's go. Ball game, baby. Put it on the scoreboard. Woo! Light the pyro. Woo! Put up the
That's what we like to see. Woo!
Back home, after the Titans took care of the Colts. Not the best performance. I think we keep saying a win is a win. Take them how you get them, but at some point in time, it's getting a little rough. We'll see. I'm not going to dwell too much on it right now because I'm going to do a live stream later tonight where I'll go into depth about all my thoughts on the game. So it'll have already happened by the time you're watching this vlog, so you can go back and watch the replay. But if you missed it and want to watch me live more often, make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the bell turned on for notifications so you get notified whenever I go live or when I post any vlogs or anything that I do on the channel. We had some great Philly cheesesteaks for dinner here that I cooked. Didn't do a vlog about that, but maybe I should have. Who knows? I don't know. Nobody knows. It's all a mystery. Follow on for more. Good one for the Titans. 4-2. Sole control? Is that a word? Is that right? Pretty much in control of the AFC South right now. We'll see what happens going forward. Gonna go watch the finale of House of the Dragon. I'll be talking about that on a live stream that will have already happened once again, so go back and watch that on a replay or turn the bell on for notifications so you don't miss any live streams. Tighten up. Good night.